Final 100 metres here, absolutely smashing my previous record. I think my previous record was about an hour and 22 minutes. Coming up last 50, 30, 20, 10 feet. 1 hour, 6 minutes, 24. That's a record for me. Never done anything like that. Welcome to my new video. I thought I'd have a go again at Alpe Du Zwift. Just warming up here. I think there's perhaps a 7 mile warm up, perhaps slightly less, perhaps 4 miles, but it gives me a good 10, perhaps 10 minutes to warm up, get the heat in the legs, get confident, get comfortable on the saddle. And we're approaching here the start of the ascent on Alpe Du Zwift. You can see on the top bar the time ticking for the actual climb for Alpe Du Zwift, 9, 10, 11 seconds. On the right you get effectively a map of the 21 switchbacks. I think it's 21. Yeah, there's 22 just below that, 7.73 miles to complete. So previously I think I did 1 hour 22 and I was perhaps averaging 200 watts, which relative for me, climbing, which is not my favourite part of cycling, is a test. So I wanted to, a lot of people have dipped below the hour, and well, a lot of people have also, you see them fighting for less than 40 minutes to climb up Alpe d'Huez, which is absolutely tremendous. But I thought if I can try and get an average of 220, 225 watts, I could be between an hour and 5, an hour and 10, and not a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes potentially off my time. So that was the plan. I wanted to keep to a steady cadence of 80 RPM. Once I'd got warmed up a bit more, I wanted to get up to 85, and then potentially on the flats be hitting 90. I am pushing on the top left over 250 watts here, but I felt good, felt very strong. 250 watts, roughly 3.5 watts per kilo for me. There's a runner just run past me on this 11% hill, and I'm on a bike, which is absolutely incredible. I see the comedy in that. Let's have a look. Averaging 194 watts, but ignore that on the left because I've done 7 miles at warm-up pace, basically. So it's you just need to get your head down, have a plan, which I didn't want to rush out and burn myself out before I got to the last 10 switchbacks. So I wanted to put some power down but keep it realistic, so I had something in the legs for a strongish finish, because I was thinking if I can get to within 5 switchbacks, I can have a good go at putting the pedal down a bit more, seeing what's left, and perhaps a cheeky sprint for the line. That was the aim anyway. So let's see. I'm feeling pretty comfortable. You can see on the left. I was concentrating. I didn't have any music on for the first time. I was really in the zone. This is 6 in the morning, British Standard Time. So again, love to get up. The cool air coming through the shed, so I was feeling really good. I had plenty of circulation, so I didn't overheat. Just fast forwarding there, 10 minutes has elapsed. Coming up to 750 feet of climb. I think it's 3,600 plus feet. The climb on Alpe Du Zwift, so absolutely terrifying for somebody who doesn't like climbing. Incredible. On the left, the average is coming up slowly on the wattage. I had in my head, and how my bike's set up, I was in gear 9 until it got to 9-10%, which I dropped to 8, as you can see on the left there. Actually stayed in 8 for a bit too long there, but 8 would take me up to 10, 11, 12%, and I'd drop to 7 above 12% if that was the case. That was a plan I also had, and I'd try and do that for as long as I could up this mountain. I wasn't concentrating on any riders in front, but having said that, towards the end there was a rider that I targeted, and I used as an aim to really motivate me to get through that last piece. So you can see 15 minutes gone, nearly 1,000 feet now. Won't look at the speed, but 7, 8, 9 miles an hour maximum going up the climb. And it's just a fitness, it's kind of a war of attrition going up this mountain. You've just got to concentrate, try and keep to your cadence. You can see on the top left I'm getting towards 90 RPM there, but I'm in the 7th gear, so I've dropped down a gear and I'm not really hitting my target watts there. I'm hovering on and around and below the 210 average, so I've had to just increase that a bit because I wanted it going up. Again, aiming for 225, 220 watts on average, and a total time of an hour and between 5 and 10 minutes onto that. Felt really good this morning. Had a good breakfast, had a really good sleep, and what a motivator to get you up feeling really fresh, and after this really ready for work. Well over 1,000 feet now, 17 minutes into the ride, coming up to switchback 15, and they're counting downwards. You can see on the right hand side graphic. Just below that you can see I've completed 2 miles of the 7.73 mile climb. I am actually 1 second behind the guy in front. I think he's just pacing himself, taking his time up there. I mean, it's a fantastic, ridiculously, it is a fantastic view, and I would absolutely love to one day ride the actual Alpe Du Zwift climb on a decent climbing bike. That's quite an aspirational thought. Fast forward now, coming through the 14th switchback. Managed to work out how to use the power-ups. Technical genius. A little bit of psychology. When you get the feather, just gives you a little boost when you need it. Coming to the 11th switchback here, through halfway, again, psychological boost. What we're approaching 6.8 miles done, approaching 30 minutes time elapsed. So that gave me an indication with 10 switchbacks to go and 3.5 miles to go. So I'm not quite halfway, but I'm probably on for in and around 1 hour 10 minutes if I'm extrapolating that. 40 minutes ridden. I had an issue here. I needed to stop to put a sponge under my backside because for some reason my seat had a little sharp piece protruding out, so that wasn't good. So I had to stop for a minute, bit of a breather, mop the brow. I had a litres water bottle with a Barocca as always, and I also had a bottle of water just in case. And I did finish them both just towards the end, so I'd got that absolutely spot on. On the top left, still doing over 214 average consistently, pushing the 250 watts top left, which is yellow for me, just done 500 calories on the left. I'd expect to do about 850, 900 calories at the rate I'm burning them and the speed I'm going at and the wattage I'm putting out. Over 85 RPM top left. So legs feeling really good. And I'm on not the final leg, but I'm counting down on the switchbacks. That map really, really helps, because you can see as you've passed a switchback, you get a little star, and it's just a little boost that you need to take you to the next switchback. A bit of motivation just to keep you going. Bottom right, it seems like I'm approximately 30 seconds behind the cyclist in front, but I wasn't really concentrating on that. I am over halfway now and keeping the pace. Having said that, it's just dropped below 200 top left, so I've picked that back up. Yeah, it's just lapses in concentration. You're looking down for 5 seconds and you can lose concentration. Having said that, it was 12-13% just a minute ago, the gradient, which is a bit of a shock to the legs. Usually need to drop a gear. Nearly 1,800 feet climbed, just accelerating through the 8th switchback and then racing towards the 7th. It's a mixture of 8, 9 and 10% gradients for the majority of this climb, and then you do dip to 7 and 6 and a few little flats, actually 2 and 3, and you do go up to 13, 14 and 15%, I think. And that's when it really hurts. On the right, the graphic, you can see I'm coming to the 5th switchback, so we really are approaching, and there's 49 minutes 16 elapsed, so 10 minutes to break the hour, no chance. But I knew that from the start, and the rate I was climbing up the mountain, I didn't have a chance of breaking the hour yet. But that is obviously it's a milestone I do want to break, and I'm going to work my fitness to try and target that at some point. 2,640 plus feet. I've been riding for nearly just over 59 minutes, nearly an hour, 7 miles an hour, top left. 215 average. I think I realised here, and especially with the distance elapsed, I wasn't going to pull that back to get above 220 watts, certainly not to 225. I'd done too much distance, and I would have needed to be doing 300 plus watts for perhaps quarter, third of a mile to be bringing that average wattage back over 220, possibly 225. So that was not going to happen, but I thought, just ignore that. I'll keep my cadence. I'm feeling strong. Just need some consistency. And I might break the 1 hour 10 minutes if I just keep this going. Approaching the 4th switchback here. Not the 4th, sorry, 4 to go. Nearly done 6 miles on the right hand side. So on the right hand side, if you look, I'm 28 seconds behind S. Jarnell, and I started looking at that and I thought, I wonder whether I can eat into that if I pick up the pace slightly. And I started looking at his little pointer moving, his icon moving on the graph, and I thought maybe with 2 and perhaps 1 marker to go, I can have a go of trying to catch him. But let's see. I've done 754 calories top left. Still trying to just push the 3 watts a kilo and keep that consistent. 87 RPM, 86 RPM. Just dropped off there. 2,757 feet. So probably 800-900 to go. Time elapsed just over 52 minutes. My wattage top left, not great at the moment in the blue and the green. Less than 200 watts. Just having a little lapse there, a bit of a struggle. Zoom right through. 3 to go. So if you notice bottom right, I'm eating at S. Jarnell's time, 14 seconds ahead. He's 13 seconds ahead. 12 seconds ahead. Somebody's just passed me actually. Got a decent pace. S. McKines. So you can actually see the finish on the graphic, which is good. Good to see. And I've completed 19 out of 22 components or switchbacks. 6.90 miles out of 7.73. So I wanted to get past 7 miles and then I'm on the home straight. Top graphic, approaching the hour mark. So I've just passed. Is it 2 to go? No, it's 1 to go actually. I'm at the final switch, coming to the final switchback as I've come through the hour. So you can see the distance I'd have to make up if I wanted to go under an hour. 854 calories completed. My legs felt strong here. I was just hoping there were no surprises, no 20% gradient climbs for 100 metres or so. And there weren't, which was good. Actually caught up to S. McKines there by just keeping my cadence. And you might be able to see 6 seconds ahead, S. Jarnell is in my sights. Just stood up for a minute there on the left. My cycling jersey is absolutely drench wet through. It didn't matter about the little breeze coming through. I was boiling. Taking on the water, taking on the Broca though. 3,000, approaching 3,200 feet. Top graphic, 10.3 miles done. Only going 6 miles an hour, 240 watts top left, which is good. And you can see I'm approaching 100 RPM here. I think that's the encouragement I'm getting by having Jarnell just in front of me, which is fantastic. You've got a target, and at this point, why not just add a bit more gas? So I can keep this going to the end of the line, to the finish. Approaching quick, 3 seconds ahead. I didn't realise Ramirez in front of him is only 4 seconds ahead. Do you know, I didn't even notice that when I was in game. You're just concentrating on your breathing. Oh, it's actually stopped. Just concentrating on my breathing. I'm going to come past Jarnell here. That was an achievement, especially with 1 to go. I was wondering whether he'd come back at me there or whether he'd burnt himself out. Fantastic hat there he's wearing. Right. Perhaps 100 yards to this switchback, and then it's the home straight. Probably nearly just over half a mile to go to the finish. And I know near the finish, there's probably 50 metres of not flat, but much lower gradient. So I can have a go, a good sprint, and I had that in my legs. So turn round, right. Can't see the finish line yet, but I couldn't see it. You see the big sculptures, statues at the top. Gradient's going to still 8%, so it's still a struggle. You can see, yeah, the watts per kilo on S. Jarnell on the right just says there's no comeback. He's not coming back there. He's not going to come back, and I've got a 3 second advantage. approaching 900 calories within an hour and 12 minutes. Probably lost 1.5 litres of water. The amount of sweating I was doing. 214 average watts. Perhaps we can get that to 215. I can't remember what I finished on. 7th gear, 7-8% again. 63 minutes, that's the important bit at the top. I knew I could beat 1 hour 10 minutes here, but it's could I get under 1 hour 5 minutes? Slight increase in gradient coming up, I think. It looks like 268, 246 watts. Yeah, there's almost a countdown. Estimated time 66.35 minutes. So I'm well under 110. Whether I could pull back 1.5 minutes to get under 105, an hour and 5 minutes. Well, I was obviously looking at that. 250, 260 watts, 104 RPM. I was really going for this. 267 watts, 106 RPM. Didn't know I could pedal that fast actually. Can't remember last seeing that. Back to 10%, that's annoying. But still on for 66 minutes and 25 seconds, 23, 22. You can see the finish line. Finish icon on your right. Just over here, I think it does get a bit flatter. I'm maintaining 250 watts. I felt strong. I'm going left to right. You can see on my face, I'm really, really concentrating. I was putting it in at this point, really putting it in. I was quite proud. I'd put a big effort in here. ETA, yeah, it's hovering around 66, 31, 30. 500 feet and a smidge to go. Come on, where's this finish post? Just over this 11%. There you go. Right, get out of gear 7, into gear 8, gear 9. Get up off the saddle, 350 watts. I gave it a little go. 935 calories. 66. 25. There you go. 1 hour 6 minutes 24 and a bit. New personal record. 937 calories. Absolutely exhausted after that. I've unlocked the laser vento helmet. Fantastic. Thank you for watching. If you watched to the end, I hope it's inspired you. I'll be chasing the hour personal record for me. Like and subscribe. Thank you.